Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is day 105 of playing chess every day until I reach the rating of 2000 Elo Online, and I'm back to 1847. Let's play another 15-minute game. Okay. How come I cannot see his rating when I play this? He's 2031. Okay. Okay, so knight f6. Okay, bishop to f5. Maybe queen here. Queen b6. Yeah. So after queen to b6, c5, queen takes, pawn takes. I really hate this, so yeah, I was not supposed to get out with the bishop, but I don't know. Queen to b6, c5, queen to c7, and there's bishop to f4, and if we take, we lose the rook. So queen to b6, c5, queen to c7, bishop here, queen to c8, queen to c8. Is it bad? We have an option to go back, and we have an option to play queen to b6, c5, queen to c7, then bishop to f4, then queen to c8, maybe knight here. We'll just play e6, bishop to d6, and cancel. Yeah, let's go for it. Because mainly when they go c5, I take, but it always results in a very, very ugly position, so I'm not gonna go for it after c5, queen to c7, bishop to f4, queen to c8, defending the pawn, and then just continue with knight to what the... He took a pawn, so queen takes pawn, pawn takes, and now pawn takes here. He developed his knight. We develop our knight. Hold up. So queen takes, pawn takes is forced, knight takes, pawn here, knight there, bishop here. So this, the knight takes, pawn takes. He can never target the pawn with the bishop, so yeah. Let's go queen takes pawn. And now we go knight takes pawn. So that if we take with the pawn here, you don't want him to go here with the knight, threatening a fork. So we take with the knight. There is this fork, but we just go knight takes here. He takes my bishop, but if he played this, knight takes here, he takes my bishop, and I just draw back. He has double pawns, which he actually does have this move, e4. So e4, knight takes, pawn takes bishop, knight goes back. He would have the bishop there. I don't know why I'll always go back to play this. I know that they play queen out, and I always play bishop out. But I hate in these kind of positions when they go queen here and you're forced to stay here with the bishop. Okay, so he played what? He played g3. Now, if you take his knight, you are fixing his pawn structure, and that's not the right move. I can play bishop to c2, attacking the pawn. He went knight takes pawn, pawn takes pawn. He moves the bishop, and I just play this, attacking. I love it. So bishop here, how can he defend? He cannot push because you can always take. We actually have knight to b4. So knight to b4, he can play this move. We actually take, because if knight takes, there will be this check. The king gets closer, we take here, but he gets closer again, and he tries to defend the pawn. So knight here, this move. Bishop here attacking the knight moves here. Then we play a check, he gets closer, we take him here, and if he takes my bishop, I take here and I try to get back to safety. So I love this move. How can he stop me from playing this check? I mean, he can just move his king, but... So we have bishop to c2 or knight to b4. Bishop to c2, knight takes, pawn here, e6, attacking this, or simply knight here, e4, bishop here, knight check, kings get closer, I take here, and if he takes me, I take him with a check and I get back. Okay, let's go knight to b4. I believe he's a 2031, right? Yes. And since he has the star, I don't believe he's a cheater. Because why would someone bait to cheat? Like, that's stupid. So this move, we go here, he moves here with the knight, I play the check, he gets closer, I take the rook, he takes my bishop, and I take him with the check and I get back to safety, but there will be this move and I gotta go here. Still not so obvious. If you play this move, what about just takes? Knight takes, check, king, this. King here, he's defending the pawn, so my knight will be trapped. But if this move, e4, bishop here, knight here, check, king, knight takes rook, knight takes bishop, here's his check. He goes here, I play this, he plays the move, no, not b4. It's kind of annoying, because maybe I have to play b5 to put the knight on b7. I mean, he can just move the king, but that would be a check and we can win the pawn, so he can never go here. Check and we pick up the pawn and get back with the bishop. That's very beautiful. And if king here, knight here doesn't make any sense because the rook can just move and we're just not doing anything. We cannot win the pawn here. And I have to play e6, bishop to e7, castle, queen side, king side. What is that? So he's attacking my knight. That is a very weird move. So e6 defends the knight. So playing this check, we will not win anything with this move. How about playing the move b5? If I played b5 and he takes, I play the move e6, his rook is hanging and he cannot move it. So b5, rook takes, e6, knight takes, we can take him with the check, he blocks and then we take, he takes with the knight is here and then we can just take it. Wait, b5, rook takes, e6, the rook is trapped. If he takes, I take, knight here. What happens here? So this. So he won a knight and 2 pawns. Wait a second. This, here, this, takes, knight here. So he won a knight and 2 pawns. 3, 5, for a 5. So wait. b5, rook takes, e6, what can happen then? The rook is trapped. He plays maybe something like this. I can just go here, attack the pawn. So wait a second. b5, rook takes, e6, rook takes, pawn takes, knight to a6 to defend against this check. I really want to play this move, like so bad. And if you win here, I mean, b5, rook takes, e6. He cannot block the attack. His rook is trapped. If you win knight takes, we just simply go check. And if b5 takes, e6, rook takes, pawn takes, knight to a6, we're defending against the fork. Let's go for it, b5. But what about rook takes knight and we play the move e5? I only thought about e6. e5, he takes, I take, knight takes, and after knight here defending against this fork, he will take with the pawn or with the knight. So this is just a sacrifice of the pawn. He goes here, e6, rook takes, pawn takes, knight here to defend against this fork. And then we can play like rook to c8, attacking the bishop. The bishop needs to move. Then we activate the bishop. I mean, I like it. Right? Because he cannot go here or here because that would be a fork and we can win the rook. He cannot go here. He cannot go here. The only square for him is to go to a5. And what do you think we do? We play check. He gets closer. We play the move bishop to b4. He goes here. Now we take, but he can take with the pawn. That's not a good move. I'm trying to trap his rook, but I don't know how. Wait, if rook takes here, we can simply play the move a5. Because if rook takes, pawn takes, knight takes, hold up. If he takes, what about just playing this move, trying to, get in with the bishop, with the rook? Rook takes, a5, rook takes, pawn takes, knight takes, threatening this check, king to d8, but the pawn is still here. That's a problem. But we have the chance to play bishop to c2 to win the pawn because he cannot push it. But if he takes and we play the move e6, I mean, it's better. I mean, we're activating the bishop with this move. So he takes, okay. Play e6, attack. Bro, these guys, man. So bishop here, he's gonna play this move. We draw back. I mean, what about just going bishop to g6? I don't believe he can still block this attack on his rook. If I take, he takes my bishop. That's not a good move. But I can take, and if he takes, that's a check. I mean, that's nothing. Okay, so bishop back, what can he do? He wants to play this, we will just simply take. Or wait, bishop here, this push, takes, and now we take. Whenever he takes, we take, he plays this, we take here. Let's just drop back with the bishop. I'm pretty sure his rook is dead, unless, wait a second, there is a rook takes, pawn takes, and might be a check. I mean, in both ways we're gonna go here. There will be this check. You don't block with the bishop, you just play this, so that you can take his rook. If he takes with the knight, or with the bishop, or whatever, we just take him here. But bishop takes. Okay, he takes the pawn. Take his rook. He plays this check. Now it is equal, but it's not so clear. We can block with the knight so that we would have an active rook, so I like it. But knight to d7, there will be this annoying move, knight to e5. And then we have to go all defensive mode, so it's not a good move. King here, knight here, and just a simple bishop out, or this move. Yeah. And if king to d8 and bishop here, we just play this. Let's go here. Now we would activate the bishop, get the king here, get the rook into the game. We have to be careful of this move. Very, very careful. Playing this, I'm pretty sure he's going to go here. But now my plan is to go bishop here, threatening to win the knight so that we can win the pawn here. This one will be pinned, he needs to go back, or the king here. So my threat is bishop to b4. He pushes. I believe we just play, we don't take, we don't want to fix his pawn structure. You don't take. And also knight to d7 seems fine because we don't want him to go here. But if he played this right away, we play bishop out, he takes me, I take, he can castle actually and defend the pawn. Yeah, he castles. Okay, that's something that I did not see. Okay. The knight here is very annoying. So knight to d7, stopping the knight from getting here, and then you would try to play this move. Because you really want to keep the bishop. Let's go Knight to d7, stop the knight from going here. If he played this, I believe we just push, because you definitely don't want to open up against, for the rook. Okay, so he's aiming to play this. So, I can play this move though. I can play this move. Play a check, I can just go here. So my idea is to go bishop takes, pawn takes, and bishop takes here, attacking this, and we can always go here, but there will be this push. What is that? So bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, he takes me here, and now you cannot take because you will be cooked. Okay. So how about a simple e5? Simple e5. e5, he plays a check and I can go here, e5. But wait a second. e5, there is bishop takes knight. King takes with a check. You go here, he takes. That's not a good thing. What about bishop takes, pawn takes, then takes here, he takes like this, you play this, he takes you here, you move away, he moves the knight. So wait. Bishop takes, pawn takes, he can just take you here and then win the bishop, so it's not a good move. e5, there's bishop takes knight. Okay. And if takes, hold up, you gotta be careful. Bishop takes, pawn takes, rook here, bishop back, knight here, that's a check, go here. It's not so obvious. e5, there's bishop takes knight, king takes, knight check, king here, knight takes, and pawn takes. Okay, but what about this move? He just takes here, we play this, he wins this. Bishop takes, he still has this. I believe the only move is e5. Or maybe knight here, he takes, I go here. He takes me here and I take back, that will be this check. So e5, bishop takes, knight takes, king here, knight takes, pawn takes. But there will be a lot of checks and stuff. But going here, takes, knight takes, king here, takes, check. That's definitely not a good middle, endgame. I mean, how about something that they did not think about, which is this? Takes. No, still the knight being attacked. Knight here, there will be this. Go here. I'm not thinking clearly. Pawn takes, there will be rook takes. And I cannot defend the knight. Bishop here, pawn here, bishop takes, knight takes, king here, that's a check and I take. There will be this check. And I gotta go back and he's gonna start pushing his pawns. And we have nothing. This move is not possible because of this. Moving the knight here, this will be a check. I go here, he takes, I take with the bishop. Wait, knight here, pawn takes with a check, king here. There will be this check, and I gotta go block. And then he will defend pawn. Wait. How about knight here? Pawn takes, here, He pins my knight and I take here. There will be this check. For God's sakes, bro. How about a knight here? He plays this, I take here, he can just take here. How about playing this? No. I don't have time. I don't have time to play this. Bishop takes, he can just simply take here. But wait, bishop takes, he takes me here, and I can just draw back. He plays takes with a check and I can go here. Knight here, he takes like this, go here, he takes me here, take with the bishop, he attacks me here. Should I go for this or should I go for the knight here? I mean, I'm adding some pressure. Let's go knight to c5. Pawn here, pawn takes, that's a check. We go here, he takes. We don't take with the king because that's a check and he can pick up the bishop. But this takes, bishop takes, we're aiming at the pawn. He goes here, we just go bishop takes, pawn takes. We take here and he takes. Now we have double pawns, weaknesses. And yeah. My mistake always when I play this stupid Slav defense, I don't castle. That's my mistake. I always think that, oh, I have time to play castle, so it's not going to run away from me. And then I don't play it. So this is a check. King here. No more checks. If he played this check, so wait. Pawn takes. This. Check. f6. The bishop needs to move somewhere, and now we can pick up the pawn. But there will be this check. So maybe we could pick up the pawn with the king. That's very risky. So pawn here, here. Bishop to g5, f6. Bishop moves back, or maybe goes to e3. We don't really care. We take like this. He takes me and I take, and now there will be this check. Not a check, but... Or maybe this check, and now we have to go here. There will be check. I believe it's going to be checkmate. Hold up, hold up. Pawn here, king here, bishop here, f6, bishop back, king takes, bishop takes, and now there will be this check. But no, the king can go here. The king can go here. Oh. If he pushed, bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, because we're attacking this pawn and this pawn. But hold up. Which one is better? If he pushed, just a simple bishop takes, pawn takes, bishop takes here, attacking the knight. And we can always have bishop to c2. Attacking the rook and the pawn. It's very, very annoying position. Oh, hold up. Hold up. There is bishop to g5 first. Bishop to g5, f6. Now pawn takes check. King here. He still needs to move the damn bishop, and then we take here. There will be this check, but I think we just slide backward. We play another check, and he can pick up the bishop. Bishop check, f6, pawn takes, king here. Wait, bishop here, this. The bishop needs to go back. Yeah. I believe I had an advantage, but then I messed it up. I messed it up by delaying the castling. But if he gave me the chance, yeah, he took like this. I believe this is the right move, right? Because you don't want to go here, get checked all over the place. That's actually a fork. Oh, king here, there's the fork. That's what I fucking missed. Here. Oh, that's what I missed. I thought that this is a good move, but there's a check. I take, he takes me, I play bishop takes, attacking the knight moves, I play this. You cannot, because of the knight is also protecting this. So you cannot go here, you cannot go here. and this is the only square that I have. He plays a check. I go here, and bishop check is checkmate. Wow. Here, check. King here, there will be this check. Yo. King here, check, takes, takes. Bishop here. I'm not thinking. This, knight, takes, takes, bishop, knight. Because if I went here, there will be this check. If I went here, that will be the exact same check. But if I went here, that's a check, and I go here, there will be bishop here is checkmate. Going here, there will be this check, and I cannot get close to attack the bishop. So here, knight, king, takes, bishop. Then I move somewhere, and then we can maybe take the pawn, maybe do something. I believe the move is just to take the pawn. There's this fork, bro. Come on, he doesn't have to take the fucking bishop. Check. Get back. He takes. You take. He plays bishop here, attacking the knight. You have to protect this square. You cannot. So maybe you play this. He moves back, you just take it. Giving me another check. So going here, this is literally checkmate. Checkmate. And going king here, now he will take my bishop with a check. Well, actually, maybe that was better. King here. I mean, it's even... No, not a pawn checkmate. This, king here, a bishop here. And it is checkmate. So my only square is to go here. That's the only square, because that's mate. You can take with a check. Oh, it's still checkmate. Huh. Well, that's a good thing. We only lost 4 points because we were playing against a higher rated player. I just want to check, is this correct? No. He played with a 92.6. But is the game showing here? The game showing? Okay, the game is showing, okay. Playing the Slav. He was supposed to... That was a great move. He was supposed to go this, e4. And after e4, you just take here, and when he takes, you drop back. But he didn't play it. That was the best move. That was a blunder. I was supposed to go simply a5, to then play the move b5, and he's forced to go either to these squares, then to give this check. Come on, bro, just simply defend the knight, then attack. That was my mistake. Taking with best. I was supposed to just attack it right away, but... That's my problem. Here, what was I supposed to do? Yeah, I was supposed to go just pin it right away, pin the knight to the rook. Play this great move. And after that, I'm like... Wait, what? So this, there will be this check. I go to the only square. bishop here. We still can go there, but that's a lot of stuff. Wow. That was a very short game by him. That was crazy. Yeah, my mistake. I only miscalculated when I played the best move. Where? Here. Here I had an advantage. Here I had an advantage because of the move a5. Defending the knight, he cannot attack me right away, and the move b5 is coming. He's forced to go one of these two squares. That would be a check, and I would pick up the rook. That was very simple. I could have even played like move e6 to trying to defend the knight, but I was like, let's go here. But you're simply giving away too many pawns in the process. That's what I missed. Yeah, just a simple a5. Just a simple a5. Let me check the analysis. And now he needs to go e4. Where to go? Bishop to g4 maybe? Bishop to g4, there's knight here. Bishop to c8. Oh, I would never play that. I would play definitely bishop to g6. Like, definitely. Okay, then what? Then bishop to f4. Where bishop to f4 here? Bishop to f4, and I have to play the move b5. Then knight takes b5, c takes b5, bishop takes b5, check, and then king to d8. But what about bishop takes knight and rook takes? Hold up. Bishop to f4, b5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, and king here. What about bishop takes, rook takes, and he wins the pawn? Let's see. Bishop here, b5, knight takes, pawn takes, bishop takes, and it's recommending king to d8. Because if I played knight to d7, there is knight to e5, adding more pressure here. Okay, so just king to d8. And what about bishop takes knight? Rook takes b8, okay, and he just wins the pawn back. Bishop takes e4. So we're attacking the knight. Okay. He plays bishop to e2. And now, can we play a check? Knight to c2 check, yeah. He moves king to d2, maybe? Don't tell me king to f1. King to d1. Okay, after king to d1, just rook takes b3 or what? No, e6. Yeah, very human. Knight takes d4. Knight takes d4, because if knight takes, you would take this. That's a good move. So knight takes d4, knight takes d4, that's the best move. And after you take the rook, there will be a check. Right? What? Oh, there's no check because you can just take it, bro. Come on. He needs to play the move f3. And now what do we do? King to c7? Yeah, king to c7, and the game continues having a good advantage. Yeah, that's what I missed. I wasn't patient. I wasn't patient with this move. I was like, let's just force him here, but I was supposed to see this. I was supposed to see that you're sacrificing 2 pawns and the knight. So it's just a trade. You don't want to trade. You want to win the trade. So you have to play a5. But I'm thinking, what about the move e6? Is it bad? Is the move e6 bad? Yep. Well, there's e4. And now bishop to g6. And after bishop to g6, there's king to e2. What the hell do you want me? Oh, bishop to g2. Just bishop to g2. Bishop to g2 and b5. Now rook to a5. He goes here. Okay, so he can protect himself. But the best way to go about it is to go a5. He plays e4. You go bishop to g6. And now this move is coming so that he can never have access to the a5 square. This is why it's best. Because after this move, e6, he can put the rook on a5, and we cannot attack it. But a5 protected by the rook, and he cannot move anywhere because he will lose the rook. That's the idea. Yeah. It's just one thing that I missed, and then after that, I mean, the position just got wild. Because when he played this, when he took and I played this, and he just have a very good advantage, like +2. And here, I was supposed to play the move a6. Of course, he will play bishop a4. Then I have to play the move f6. f6, d5, and now e5. I believe we're not supposed to take or open up stuff. Yeah, e5. And now we can try to create a blockade here. Bishop to d6. He plays bishop to e3. Would we play bishop to d3 or bishop to d6 or what? Bishop to b4. Yeah, I would definitely play bishop to d6. Creating a blockade against this pawn. But there will be rook to a1. Wow, yeah, like he will definitely play rook to a1, of course. Maybe he might go here, this. No. But I still could have played something. But here I just blundered and gave him too much space. And I did not even think about the move d5. That move is better. So bishop here. And maybe he was supposed to go bishop to e2. Maybe the best move is bishop, no, king to g2, okay. And after king to g2, what now? Here, bishop to b4. Still wants bishop to b4, which then I can actually move. a6, he would go bishop to b4. And then bishop to d6, I gotta go here. So yeah, this is the idea. Okay, the idea you want to go here, he goes back, then you play bishop to d6. There's no knight here or knight here to attack the bishop. And if he played this, he just killed his own advantage, right? We still have bishop to b4, which is crazy. Yeah, but this could have been played. Like this could have been played. Like he would never know that he has this good advantage, and he would play something silly. Yeah. I should have known that I was giving away a knight and 2 pawns for this. But that was a great game. I guess 2035. That's very good chess player. And thank God we only lost 4 points. That was it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video.